read the 108 names. Om Ajaya Namah, Om Avyayaya Namah, Om Avinashine Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Aprameyaya Namah, Om Advitiyaya Namah, Om Aniketaya Namah, Om Anushasana Priyaya Namah, Om Antasakshine Namah, Om Antaryamine Namah, Om Anandaya Namah, Om Atmaswarupaya Namah, Om Anglavasha Viduttamaya Namah, Om Ishwaraya Namah, Om Udara Hridayaya Namah, Om Utsavardhakaya Namah, Om Ekasmai Namah, Om Omkaravide Namah, Om Karunasagaraya Namah, Om Karmaparayanaya Namah, Om Kalatitaya Namah, Om Kaivalyaswarupaya Namah, Om Kritatmane Namah, Om Kritakrityaya Namah, Om Gita Jnana Yajna Pracharakaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Gunatitaya Namah, Om Grantakriti Namah, Om Chinmayaya Namah, Om Chinna Samshayaya Namah, Om Jagadatmane Namah, Om Jagat Sakshine Namah, Om Janapriyaya Namah, Om Jitendriyaya Namah, Om Jiva Brahmaikyavide Namah, Om Jivan Muktaya Namah, Om Jirna Mandirodharakaya Namah, Om Tapovana Shishyaya Namah, Om Tapasvine Namah, Om Tapanashanaya Namah, Om Tirtha Swarupaya Namah, Om Tejasvine Namah, Om Dehatitaya Namah, Om Dvandvatitaya Namah, Om Dridhanishchayaya Namah, Om Dharma Samstapakaya Namah, Om Dhimate Namah, Om Dhiraya Namah, Om Dhairya Pradaya Namah, Om Narayanaya Namah, Om Nijanandaya Namah, Om Nirapekshaya Namah, Om Nisprahaya Namah, Om Nirupamaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Nityaya Namah, Om Niranjanaya Namah, Om Paramaya Namah, Om Parabrahmane Namah, Om Pavanaya Namah, Om Pavakaya Namah, Om Purushottamaya Namah, Om Prasannatmane Namah, Om Palasaktiragitaya Namah, Om Bahubhaktaya Namah, Om Bandhamochakaya Namah, Om Brahmanishtaya Namah, Om Brahmaparaya Namah, Om Vayanashanaya Namah, Om Bharata Gauravaya Namah, Om Bhumne Namah, Om Mahavakyopadeshakaya Namah, Om Maharshaye Namah, Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namah. Om Manoharaya Namah. Om Mahatmane Namah. Om Medavine Namah. Om Yadatmane Namah. Om Yajnakrite Namah. Om Lokaprasiddhaya Namah. Om Vatmine Namah. Om Vibhave Namah. Om Vinodapriyaya Namah. Om Vinaya-Sheelaya Namah. Om Vitaradaya Namah. Om Vedanta Vedyaya Namah. Om Shantaya Namah. Om Shanti Pradaya Namah. Om Shastrodharakaya Namah. Om Shuddha Sattvaya Namah. Om Shruti Paragaya Namah. Om Shrotriyaya Namah. Om Sannyasine Namah. Om Samabuddhaye Namah. Om Satchidanandaya Namah. Om Sarvahita Chintakaya Namah. Om Satya Sankalpaya Namah. Om Santushtaya Namah. Om Sadhave Namah. Om Sumanase Namah. Om Suhrude Namah. Om Swayam Jyotishe Namah. Om Sthita Prajnaya Namah. Om Kshamaa-Sheelaaya Namah. Om Jnana-Murtaye Namah. Om Jnana-Yogine Namah. Om Jnana-Triptaya Namah. Om Nitya-Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Nitya-Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Nitya-Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namah. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namah. My thanks to the host for hosting this satsang. We are going to see the 104th name out of 108. So, this particular name is very, very relevant to all parents. Because what parents need is patience, right? First and foremost thing the children teach you is how to be patient. Because you cannot help it. Kshama, the very word, has two meanings. One is patience, another is forgiveness. You know, when in our life we may plan many things. Man proposes and God disposes. Why God disposes? Your proposal need not be what is it?
Whatever is good for us.
Your proposal need not be according to your deserving, what you deserve. I may deserve something, but may desire something else. Not all my desires I can deserve. So what actually I deserve, I don't know. So when I do not know what I deserve, and when Bhagavan gives according to what I deserve, I get disappointed. Right? So when we may propose many things, we may wish something, that is why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Kartuhu Ajnaya Padam Prapyate. भगवान की कृपा से, आज्ञा से कर्म का फलम मिलता है. कर्म का फल not according to what we do, not according to what we wish, not according to anybody wishes. Whether it should be sunny or cloudy is not my wish or your wish. Can it be? Can I wish that it rains? Yeah, you can wish. Can I wish that it all should be cloudy and snowing here? Not according to your wish. Why? It's a system. And the system is an intelligent system. So like that of the nature cannot be predicted by anybody, or nature does not act according to anybody's wish. So also anything that happens in our life need not be according to anybody's wish. Point is that when things do not happen the way we want, what should be our attitude? We can cry and lament and complain and then shout at the top of our voice, or patiently understand that is how it is. And you wish to have a very listening child. You wish to have very obedient child. But what it turns out to be something else. Your own child only, not anybody else. I wouldn't want to listen to you. Rakshasa. What you see, if somebody else in your colleague or somebody else does that, you can walk away. Shut the door. Here, what can you do? Your own child? Bhagavan. What did you do to me? Bhagavan is testing your patience. Do you have the tenacity to continue to show love and give best of you in spite of the fact that fellow will not listen to you? Can you punish? No, parents will try to punish the child because it feels like punishing themselves. So therefore, first thing the parents will learn is patience. You are paying the rent. That's called parenting. You are paying the rent for enjoying the child for the first few years only. The child doesn't react to whatever you say, whatever you want. The child is laughing about, going about. And the moment that fellow becomes an individual who can ask questions, who can do his own things, who will not listen to you, then you realize next to how many years? Only not many years. Until he gets a child. Then he will know, this is what my parents did to me.
Have to deal with it.
Yes. It is said that one man was sitting in a park bench, and he was 75 years old, and his son was also next to him, and he was reading some newspaper or paper or something. This old man was sitting in the park looking. So he asked his son, "Son, did you hear that bird chirping?" So that fellow was reading a book seriously. He was reading like this. But did you hear that bird chirping? Yeah. So after some time, I think it is a parrot. Maybe, yeah, probably. Then after some time, I think there are two of them. Daddy, what's your problem? It may be two, it may be three. You listen. Okay. Then he was started reading again. The daddy after some time said, I think it is in the tree next to you. Let it be. Why are you asking me to listen to you? Listen to it now. I think, and he started reading further. I think they are conversing with each other, maybe husband and wife. Daddy, now what's your problem? Why are you not allowing me to read? Yeah, it's a bird, it's maybe a parrot, it is talking to each other. I don't know their language. Please. So the daddy looked at him and smiled. This is how you were asking me questions when you were 2-year-old. At that time, I didn't lose patience. I was happy that you are asking questions. I was happy that you are curious. I was happy that you are wanting to know. I patiently answered. I showed you the parrot. See that parrot there. See how they are talking to each other, how colorful they are. I think they are looking at you. Are they talking to you? I try to entertain. But even 1 or 2 questions you are not able to bear, which I say. So as we grow up, we become more and more impatient, intolerant. Is it not true? And as we live in a very sophisticated society like this, where we are always protected by something or the other, whether it is the food or the clothing or the comforts and conveniences and conveyance, communication, all CCC, convenience, communication, comfort, all these are there, and we are, let us say, taken from here and put in another place where we are not able to experience the amount of comfort and conveniences. How impatient we become. Think about when you are living in your gaon or your city, and where there are limited resources and limited communication or conveyances available. Probably when you're living in Bombay, you have walked towards the nearest railway station to catch the train which is overcrowded, to go to other part of the city, and then there you walk in the hot sun or the rain to go and study, and then come back at the hot sun or the study, and then come back again. And all that you have, now think about your child doing that. Think about it. 1 drop of water from the sky cannot get onto him. Emergency. This was just a sneezing. 911. Emergency. Why? We become so sensitive, intolerant, or is it the society is making us like that? I think we are just aping each other. It's called peer pressure. Put your hand straight like this. Come closer to me. Push me. Push me. How much pressure you want to put? Push. You feel very hard. You know what is it called? It's called peer pressure. I put a pressure on you and you put a pressure on me. And you say, oh, it's so hard. Why? We think that we need to do this. Oh, what will others think if I don't do that? Let them think whatever they want to think. But we are not. We are so afraid. So we are very, very impatient, intolerant. And that not only remains in us within the house. You go out, you cannot tolerate people who are, you are driving the car. One person, what is this? One lane change without a light, right? Nowadays, that's why now the latest cars, as somebody drove me yesterday. When you don't put the indicator and change the lane, it makes noise. Something. What is it? It is telling you, put the indicator and then change the lane. Key, it makes noise. I said, what is this noise? I am trying to change the lane without putting the indicator. The car is telling me not to do. Car has to tell you. Don't you know that?
Smart cars.
Smart car, you become dull.
I know. Smartness and electronics.
I always tell that computer that has Intel inside. I would say idiot outside. That is becoming intelligent, not you become idiot. So we have become so sensitive, or I would say insensitive. We become sensitive and we do not realize that we are hurting others, we becoming insensitive. We don't have patience. More so, I would say, unfortunately, among Indians. I'm telling you. You stand in a queue, here itself, in this country itself, when you stand in the queue, and if at all anybody rushing to go before you, you will see it must be another Indian. Not anybody else. Just don't wait. I cannot wait. Especially in India, it's worse. The red light comes on, right? You go on in front of it. I know. You have to stop, No, not stopping. It's keep moving.
Somebody else will come in front of you.
Yeah, when anybody else comes in front, you go, suddenly you'll be in the middle of the road. As though there is something, hell is going to break down. As though something very, very urgent to be done. Nothing. You go to the office, sit there and drink tea. For that you have to go in such a hurry. Interestingly, we find this among the Indians and most Asians. You know why? Even though we are living in a place where there is no dearth of things available to us, resources are not limited, but we lived in a situation where resources are limited. Asians and Indians. So therefore, we always have a fear we will not get it. Any program you go, the rush for the food, you will see that. Some people ask me to give talks in the temple and all those. I said, no, I'm not coming. Why? Because if 10 to 11 or 11 to 12 is a talk and 12 o'clock is the, prasad, at 11:55 suddenly there will be hundreds of people. Until then nobody will be there. Correctly. Anyway, so the one thing that we all lack for sure in our life, which is making us as well as others miserable in life, is lack of patience. And if you look at the nature, it has enormous amount of patience. Nature is an expression of God's patience. It will never hurry up. Do you think the leaf comes out suddenly? It takes enough time for the leaf to come out. It prepares itself to come out. It cannot come out all of a sudden. I remember when I came first in 95, and our Kashi building in Anaheim, that's the first building which we built. It was almost done. January 1st was supposed to be the inauguration. So, I was there and I was wondering, because the front part of the building was barren. Landscape was not done. And next day, around 10 o'clock, is going to be the inauguration. Swami Chinmayanandaji Guruji is going to come. And I said to the people, I was not familiar with too many people at that time, Mahadevanji and others, this is all looking so barren. It will not look nice. He smiled at me. Swamiji, just wait. I said, what is that wait? I am telling you, wait. So I said, okay. I look very uneven and slushy and all those things. Next morning, I went early to make sure that everything is arranged. When we reached there, green. Everything was completely green. Fully grass grown. Swamiji, it's all already made. Already grown. You just have to put like a carpet. Pads and pads of greenery, grass. So what it means, that it is not that they put one by one there. It is grown somewhere, they just brought it here. Now they were bringing trees also there in front of you. But nature never hurries up. It is all great patience. You know why? Because the quality of earth is Kshama, patience. How much ever you plow the land, is it not that it doesn't protest? How much ever you do, how many buildings are there? Or once in a while it will open up, like it happens in Hawaii. What are you trying to do with me? And once it starts, you cannot stop it. Angry earth, you have been torturing me for so long. Look at Sita ji, who was born out of that earth. Sita ji, by birth, she is born out of, came from the earth. Bhudevi she is. And even though she was, taken to the place of Ravan and she was there for many months, she never lost her cool. She was so sure Rama will definitely come. And every day Ravana will come and torture her. And she used to put one grass in front of him. Try to cross that, then you'll know what I am. He is so afraid he will not come. So finally, when she was rescued, and as when she was brought back into the kingdom, right? She was totally patient. And finally, she entered into that fire only, which came from the earth. Or the earth opened up, she went in. She came from there, she went back there. So she is the best example for patience. So it is said there are 4 qualities which is very rare in any individual. In Hitopadesha it is said, Dhanam priyavak sahitam, Jnanam agarvam kshamanvidam shauryam, Vityam tyaga niyuktam dullabhameda chadurbhadram. Dhanam priyavak sahitam. When you give to someone as a charity, you should give it with a pleasant smile and good words. Don't think that when you are giving, you are great and the receiving person is poor or, unfortunate. It is an opportunity given to you to help others. That way, you should speak pleasant words and then offer your charity. Dhanam priyavak sahitam. This is the first quality of a great person. Second, jnanam agarvam. Garv ke bina jnan. Without pride, knowledge. Knowledge should make you humble and simple and not make you proud and arrogant. That is also a great quality of a good person. Kshamanvidam shauryam. Strength, valor with patience. Not out of anger, not out of frustration, not out of revenge. Your strength is more when it is along with patience. Patience, as well as another meaning for the word Shama is forgiveness. When Ravana was in the battlefield and he lost all his weapons, and Rama was right in front of him with all weapons. And he looked at him and said, now I am ready to forgive you if only you accept your mistake and return my wife. You are without any weapon. I can kill you right away now. But I don't do it. It is not right on my part to do that. It doesn't show my valor. I have to fight with the person who has a weapon. I don't fight with the person who doesn't have a weapon. But even now, if you say that I made a mistake, and if you return, I have absolutely no problem with you. But as you know, the story should go on. Ravana would not accept that. I may be without weapon, but I will not accept. I made a mistake. Then he had to pay the price. Kshamanvidam shauryam. Vittam, wealth. Tyaga samyuniyuktam. you wealth with dispassion. You may have wealth, but you are not attached to that wealth. These four qualities makes a great person. Durlabam edat chaturbhatram. These four are called the most. Now, in this particular thing, what we are looking at is Kshamanvitam Shauryam. A person who is weakling, so let us say that in front of me is a person who has a great strength, physical strength, and is ready to hit me. At that time, I tell him, I look at him and say, I forgive you. Is that the correct kind of right approach there? You will give me a punch. When I am strong and I can hit back at you, at that time if I say, I forgive you, that is called true patience and true forgiveness. Not when you are helpless. At that time, I forgive you. It's like a beggar in the street says, actually, I don't want to become the president of this country. No, nobody wants to be a president of the country. That's a different thing. But you say, I don't want to be a president of this country. You cannot. So, when is that you should show your forgiveness? When you can attack back, when you can retaliate, at that time you don't do it. Except, or somebody says something very hard. Somebody is using any video that time. It's getting cut off here. Anybody is using video game or anything?
No.
Because it's cutting off. Cutting off. Okay, it doesn't matter. You don't worry.
No.
So, anybody online may disturb this. So, see, sometimes people say hurtful words or do something which is not good to you. And you may, out of your goodness, forgive. No, they don't know what they are saying. But he says, better than forgiving is forgetting. Why he says is that you may forgive, but you won't forget sometime. And then what happens? After some time you will say, last time I forgave you. So that person says, you didn't forget then. You may forgive, but if you don't forget, it will keep coming back to you in your mind. I forgave that person.
It's hard to forget.
See, when I'm talking like this, after 5 minutes I ask, what did I say? You will forget, right? Or next week I ask you, what did I say? I think Swami spoke or something. I don't remember.
That is why
You
we
can
need to
forget.
record
Don't tell me that you can't forget.
Video record you.
You keep repeating something that you can't forget.
Yeah.
The thing that you want to forget, do not repeat that in your mind. She did that.
Yeah, it
Go
keeps
on.
coming to your head again and again.
If you go on remembering that, then obviously you will not be able to forget. So, the second important thing he says is, one may even forgive, but greater than forgiving is forgetting. In fact, if someone don't know about it, if somebody did something wrong, and you keep telling about that again and again, actually you are not forgiven. The real forgiveness is what? You don't even refer to it anymore. So that is important for us to know, that more than forgiving is forgetting. We do that. When Bhagavan gives and forgives, we get and forget. When Bhagavan gives, some they die, but we never remember it. Kya de de? Some de diya. Your body itself is a gift. The third thing he says is, what is the greatest poverty in life? You know what is the greatest poverty in life? The greatest poverty indicated by the ancient people to us is inability to extend hospitality. That is called greatest poverty. In our Vedas it is written, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, and fourth important thing that is given is Atithi Devo Bhava. The one who is coming to your home unasked, uninvited, knocking at the door, is called Atithi. One who did not give you a date. Blind date.
Unannounced.
Blind date. Tithi. Tithi nahi diya wo. No, he didn't give an appointment and he walks into your house. He's called a Tithi. A visitor.
Unannounced visitor.
So a person who comes to your home and you are not able to extend hospitality is greatest poverty. At the same time, what is the greatest strength in a person is ability to forgive. Greatest weakness is non-hospitality. Greatest strength of a person is forgiveness. You know, when Mahatma Gandhi was in South Africa, and he was protesting against the government there because they were treating people like slaves. He was protesting, even though he was a foreigner by birth, as far as they are concerned, and he knows the right of the people. Therefore, he was a lawyer, and he also fought against the system. And he was creating a revolution at that point. And once he was traveling in a train or somewhere, and as he was going for a meeting, and a lot of people gathered to see him. And when he alighted from the train, somebody took a stone and hit him on the head. And he looked at him, and that person was one among the crowd, in the crowd. And he got hit. Blood was coming out. You might have seen in the movie. So he was immediately rushed to the nearest the station emergency room, and they were addressing him. At that time, the police officer asked, I'm supposed to protect you. Now tell me, who is the person who hit you? Did you see him? He never will tell lie, Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, I saw him. Who is he? Do I have the choice of not telling you? Why you don't want to tell? Because after he did it, I saw in his eyes he was asking for forgiveness. I cannot. Not that I don't want to tell you, but I'm asking your permission not to tell. So, think about it. This requires a lot of strength. To react is very easy. You don't even think. Animals do react. They react quickly, and we have we have got that DNA with us. After all, we are from them only. We at once react to situation, at once retaliate. But humanness is there only when we can think and stop that. There was a person who, in an old story, there was a king, and then one day somebody brought a person to their kingdom. The king was sitting there, and they dragged this individual to the court, and the king asked, what has happened to him? Why are you dragging him in? They said that this fellow had taken a loan from the government, and he has not paid for a long time. We have been allowing him, giving him time. But now it's already many years past and he has not returned any money belonging to the government, not paying any tax. So we need to punish him. So the king is, first of all, leave him alone. Go away, move away. Why? What's wrong with you? So, he says that the weather is not good, I'm not getting proper yield in the farm, and I'm poor, I'm not able to meet two ends, and I'm trying my best, and I'm unable to have extra money to pay the tax. I'm just eating with the money which I have got, and then he He told the ministers, don't ever ask him anymore. Take your land as free and do not confiscate any of his land or wealth or property. Let him be free. He was so joyful. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, King, for your generosity and forgiveness. Thank you. And he went home. When he went home, his wife told him, this servant of ours never does anything. How many times I have told him to do things, he never does that. See, you have to do something about it. So this man got very upset. You see, you are taking money from us as a servant, but never does you do any job. You have taken advance salary also and you are not doing what you are supposed to do. And he said, whatever you have, you give it to me back in your pocket. And I'm throwing you out of job. Get out. So that man said, I don't have anything, no other job. You are the only person who is giving me job and I don't have any job. No, don't ask me. Don't even stand in front of me. Get out. And he threw him out of the house. Poor fellow, he went to the king. I mean, that's their Nyaya, whatever you call it as, those times. So when he was brought to the king next day, the king asked, what is your problem? I have been working in somebody's house and I probably did not do few of the things, and that fellow took all the money away and threw me out of job also. Now I'm on the road. What do I do? Who is your owner? Who's the Yajaman? So they brought this guy. So the king looked at him and said, don't you remember what I did to you? I forgave your loan, you didn't give me back, and I didn't confiscate your land or wealth or anything. And in turn, you go home and do just the opposite to somebody. Don't you learn one thing? Before you ask forgiveness, if you are asking for forgiveness, you must be ready to forgive. Don't ask for anybody forgiveness if you yourself do not have the attitude to forgive others. It is peculiar for us. We want world to respect us, but we don't respect anybody. We want the world to love us, but we don't love anybody. We want the world to admire us, but we don't admire anybody. We want the world to forgive us. We don't forgive anybody. If you want to be forgiven by the Lord, you should be forgiving everybody in your life. If we were to be punished for all the sins that we have committed from the day we are born till today, we will not be even alive. There is another story. One man went to the town square, in the middle of the town square, and he had a $10 note in front with him. He picked up and said, anybody wants this? $10? A few people gathered and said, hey, I want it. You want it? Yes. And he put it on the ground, stamped on it, made it dirty, then picked up. Anybody wants it? Now? It is dirty all right, but it's still $10. Yeah, we all want. He put it further down, put some water also, put dirt also. Further dirty. Like the way you give to the beggars back in India. Old, dilapidated, oil dipped. Anybody wants this? So one person said, whatever dirty you make, it is still $10. I want it. He said, I'll give it to you, but before I give you, I'll tell you one thing. What? How much ever is dirty, the value is not gone. How much you are impure you are, Bhagavan will forgive you. Because it is his creation. So, if you want Bhagavan to forgive you for your mistakes, he does. Otherwise, you would not be alive. But if you seeking forgiveness from the Lord, you will get it only when you forgive others who do wrong to you. Such a beautiful idea. Then the next one he says is that we may have many, many values, many goodness in us. Love we may have, compassion we may have, education we may have. The sincerity, you are there in your work, you are sincere. Many other virtues we may have. But the top of it all, that which can bring the best in you is all the virtues find their culmination in this one particular virtue of forgiveness. How much ever loving, how much ever compassionate, how much ever sincere, how much ever good you are, people remember when you do not react to their wrong things. That not punishing someone for what they have done wrong is the best way to exhibit the best of your qualities. That is where the diamond really gets cut. Diamond is beautiful not because of by itself, but it got cut. Right? And it patiently waits for it. There's another story that is usually known, very well known. There was a temple in a village. The temple was made of marble. Marble steps, marble floor. And a Krishna's form is also marble. So there is such a beautiful temple, and people go very regularly, go up the small hillock, walk up the steps, marble steps, go there and then do the worship to Krishna who is marble, do Aarti, etc., and then come back. So one day, late afternoon of a Sunday, nobody was there. At that time, the steps started talking to each other. They said, see, we are also made of marble, and that form of Krishna is also made of marble. Why is that they worship us on stamping on us? They walk on us. But they go and worship that marble. Is it not, so bad that we are treated like this and that one is treated like that? Very bad. Bhagavan is really punishing us. Bhagavan is partial. That we make us in this way and the other one in where everybody worships. It's not right. So as they were talking like that, the marble form of Krishna responded saying that, you know why? That I am worshipped and you are there. Why? When the Shilpi started to construct this temple, and he took various stones from various places, and when he started to chisel, you people complained. And you didn't cooperate with him. You broke. Where I patiently waited for him to chisel me down the way he wanted, and he made a beautiful form out of me. Therefore, me, the beautiful form, shaped up by the sculptor, I became a Krishna form whose worshipped. Because you protested, you are there. If you protest life, we'll be pedestals. When you what do you call? Stepping stones. Only when you bear the pains of life, you will be worshipped. If you say that, don't do that. The children also, what are they? We are trying to do. We are trying to shape them up. But if they shake off and go, then after some time, they will regret for that. I should have listened to it. So all the pains that we go through is to become better. Without pain, there nothing can be better. Right? Isn't that? Comfortably I want to live. You live comfortably in the same condition only. You'll never become better. So the next one he beautifully puts it here is the world always remembers the one who did not engage in punishment. No doubt, if somebody has done wrong and you give a correct judgment of punishing that person, that's the way of the world. But the one who has decided to let go of that, such a person is remembered forever. Like I said, the story of Gandhi. His strength was non-retaliation. Is it not? When the entire world, the world was going through World War II, remember that. Every country was on a war footing. Every country was in the war field. Britain, US, Japan, French, Germany, of course. All countries governed by British, all the rest of the world, everybody is on the war. Everywhere war is going on. Second World War broke out. At that situation where everybody was so upset and angry and in a mood of violence, one who totally took the opposite direction. When the whole world is in violent mood, I will not retaliate. I will try to show to the world the greatest strength is in patiently facing the unavoidable. And the entire British system, British colonial British, which is trying to rule half or more of half of the world or more of it, with its military power, where it is said that sun never sets in the land of British. Imagine, think about it. The Britain Islands are, how tiny it is. In the map, you have to search for them. But they started ruling the world. With such a mighty power, he brought it down by one single weapon.
Non-violence.
I will not retaliate. And not only not retaliating, forgiving. When he was asked this question, are you angry? Are you inimical to British? He said, no way. I'm not enemy to British. I'm not angry with British. I'm angry about the way they think and the way they rule. That's what Gurudev used to say, hate not the sinner, hate the sin. Hate not the sinner, but hate the sin. The person can change. Isn't it? So when you are about to be punished for anything that you have done, what do you have? No, I will change. You are asking for an opportunity to change. Right? If you are expecting somebody to forgive you so that you can change, you must extend the same thing to the other person also. So that the world will remember the one who has forgiven. Next one he says is, the greatest victory that you can have against your enemy is by forgiving. He may be mighty strong, but the real victory is on the person, not the one who won the war. It is said in the war, what remains is not right. What remains is what is left. Who is right is not there. Who is left? The greatest win is where you make the other person feel ashamed that he fought with you. See, if I win you for an argument, for example, you have an argument, I have a different point of view, and I will prove that you are wrong. Do you think you are going to be happy about it? I lost a friend. The moment I win you in an argument, I lost a friend. That is why it is said that men of wisdom don't argue. They only teach you. Buddhajanehi vada parityajyatam, Shankaracharya says. Don't argue with a man of wisdom, because he will not argue with you. His intention is not argue with you. His intention is to teach you what is right. And he can teach you what is right without arguing with you. It is said that once Kabir was approached by a scholar who had a different point of view about religion or whatever. And he went to him and said, I won't argue with you. About what? About God, about your view of God versus about my view of God. He patiently listened to him. And then what? I want to argue and prove you that you are wrong. And then what? That you are wrong. I accept. See, by accepting, I am not going to be defeated. Because I know what I am saying. You feel you will have the joy of winning me? Yes, go ahead. Celebrate. I am not interested. I am not interested in just proving my myself correct over you. I give the example of a father playing the game of tennis or any game with his son. Even if he loses, he is so happy. My son won. You see? So who is the real winner? The one who made the opponent know that he made a wrong move. You see, there's another story is there. It's an interesting story I have to tell you. There was a Buddhist monastery was there, a Zen monastery. And a young man who was very depressed and dejected, he came to this monastery and he went to that main chief monk there and he said that I have absolutely no more interest to live in this world. And I want to kill myself. And before that, I just wanted to submit to you, come and tell you, this is my decision, what do you want me to do? So that Zen monk looked at him and said, I can allow you to go ahead to commit suicide. But before doing that, I would like to put you a challenge. Because this young man, was a great chess player. I have a person in the monastery who can play chess with you. Just to win him before you finally decide to, to quit your life. He said, yeah, that doesn't matter. I can do it. Okay. So I tomorrow morning will start. Then he went back to his monastery and he called 3 or 4 of his monks. I want one of you to play against this boy. Who is ready to play? None of them know how to play. They looked at each other. So I select. Okay, I select. He selected one of them because you have shaven head. So you are selected. That was, I don't know anything to play with chess. Don't worry. But here the challenge is you have to play with him, and if he wins, your head will be cut. And if you win, I will allow him to commit suicide. So that monk said, do I have a choice? No, you don't have a choice. Next day, everybody came to know what the challenge is going to be. So this young man was also seated and this monk was also seated. And the young man was told, this monk is going to play with you, and if you win him, his head will be cut off. If he wins you, you will go to you can commit suicide. The game began. The young man was looking at the game. First few moves he came to know. That fellow doesn't know. So obviously he was interested to win the game. So he started moving his coins or his things. And that monk, all others were jittery because they know it's going wrong. That fellow was winning and approaching. This thing is coming. And this monk was clueless what to do. But the strangest thing is that monk, knowing very well that he's losing the game and his head will be cut off. And the senior monk was with the sword, was standing there, sharpening it, waiting for it to happen, and waiting there to happen. So he looked at this monk who was playing, looked at him, and looked at the chessboard with so much of patience, absolutely unagitated, calm, quiet. And this young man was placing his coins, and then he was moving forward, taking away all his. But at some point of time, the young man looked at the face of this monk who was playing. Quiet, peaceful, absolutely not afraid. Suddenly this thought came to him. See, I am a useless, depressed, dejected, useless fellow. Good for nothing. I have no aim in life. I am ready to die. And this monk very well studied. And look at his face. Calm, peaceful, quiet. Who is useful in this world? Me or him? If I die, nobody will know even. But he, the one who has got this much of wisdom, and which just fearlessly is sitting there. If he, loses, it's a great loss. So knowing this, he started consciously making mistakes. He did things, moved wrong in a way, and suddenly this monk looked at him, and he started winning. The monk started winning, and he consciously started losing. So the senior monk was looking at this, suddenly he just threw everything out. The weapon as well as, that whole game, he broke it. So everybody started, what is going on? Why? The senior monk smiled and said, the young man is ready to become a monk. See? Where he understood the sensitivity. He started looking at the other person from the other person's standpoint. He's no more looking at it from his standpoint. He started looking at others' standpoint. And started to do things which will make him a failure, but he, by making himself a failure, he won. Win-win. So this is the most sensitive part of human existence. By winning, you're actually losing. By losing, you're actually winning. Especially when in a human relationship, where the more closer to a person, more you should lose. By losing alone, you win. So that losing is not weakness, as I said. That losing is your strength. Only a strong person can do that. Mahatma Gandhi was so strong, nobody in the whole British Empire had to bow down to him. That was his greatness. So, forgiveness is the greatest strength one should. And it is even said, a monk may probably continue to do many austerities. Fasting and doing tapas and then japa and other things. But the greatest austerity a householder can do, by which he can even supersede a monk, is living in forgiveness, living in patience. Accepting and accommodating, including people around, he can excel even a monk by just living in a household. So that is what it is saying. And it is the greatest healer. When you have a person in your midst who is a person of patience, person of forgiveness, that person becomes a healer to all others. You might have seen, small children, they may fight with the parents, etc. But then, Granny Ma, and go there, and Granny Ma, come, don't worry about it. It's okay. Your mother has been like that only. So the fellow also wants somebody to understand. So Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda was such a person of fine qualities, great virtues. We have learned from him many things. In fact, when the last few years